Pahlavi texts translated by E.W. West, Part 3, Dinai Mainogi Khirad, Clarendon, Oxford University Press, 1885, Chapter 12. The sage asked the Spirit of Wisdom thus, "Wherefore is it, when the treasure of the spiritual existence is allotted so truly, and that of the worldly existence so falsely?" The Spirit of Wisdom answered thus, "The treasure of the worldly existence was allotted as truly in the original creation as that of the spiritual existence, and the Creator Ahura provided the happiness of every kind that is in these creatures and creation, for the use, boon of the sun and moon, and those 12 constellations which are called the 12 chieftains by revelation. And they too accepted it in order to allot it truly and deservedly, and afterwards Ahriman produced those 7 planets, such as are called the 7 chieftains of Ahriman, for dissipating and carrying off that happiness from the creatures of Ahura, in opposition to the sun and moon, and those 12 constellations. And as to every happiness which those constellations bestow on the creatures of Ahura, those planets take away as much of it as it is possible for them, the constellations, to give, and give it up to the power of the demons and fiends and the bad. And the treasure of the spiritual existence is so true on this account, because Ahura, the Lord, with all the angels and archangels, is undisturbed, and they make the struggle with Ahriman and the demons, and also the account of the souls of men with justice. And the place of him whose good work is more is in heaven. The place of him whose good work and sin are equal is among the ever stationary, and when the crime is more, his path is then to hell. So yeah, everything counts. And if you do better than bad at all, then it's like that's done with. You don't have to deal with the text that goes bad. But see chapter 7, 18 for the ever stationary, mentioned in verse 14 to 15, is undisturbed, literally are undisturbed, in verse 11, and the power of the demons, verse 10, so understood by Neryo-sang, but all the best manuscripts omit the relative particle as if the powerful demons were meant. Verse 9, to give, the constellations being in parentheses, by omitting the verb L19 has possible for them, the planets. Verse 7, for dissipating, by omitting one letter, K43 has miscreating. Boon, could relate for our term for boon, of the sun, literally Mitro, the angel of the sun, the 12 chieftains, chapter 8, verse 17 to 21, and in verse 4, the worldly existence was, literally is. And so, do we have the idea of 8 planets? Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus? Or would it be Neptune that would be seen? Because, the word for planet actually does refer to the sun and the moon.